Hey, what is up, everyone? It's Rich. All right, welcome to Super Fun Sunday. I'm going to tell you right now, there's one copy of this book on eBay for $35. I don't know the condition, but other than that, this book normally runs anywhere from $175 to almost $1,000. I don't know if that's the average, but anyway, one copy on eBay right now. Go, run, get it. I'm telling you. Um, Maybe it wasn't a buy it now. I didn't look that closely, but anyway, excuse me. I laughed so hard I'm choking. This is a book by Wayne Barlow. As a huge fan of Beksinski, I saw this guy's work and picked this up on eBay probably about 15 years ago. Really, really cool book. Excuse me. Look, this is going to be super fun. All right, let's do it. So, Wayne Barlow, he actually has another book on extraterrestrials. This stuff is really, really fantastic. And of course, it's the fucking glare paper. Let me turn these lights off really quick. You can see this is the drop zone. This is where the magic happens, folks. All right. So, yeah, Wayne Barlow is, I don't know if you'd call him like a fantasy artist or what really what his origins were. I used to know. I had read up on him probably about 10 years ago. And this book really fits into the Super Fun Sunday motif, which was books that I hadn't looked at in over a decade. This definitely falls into that category. I haven't looked at this book in years. So it came out in 98. Let's say I picked it up in maybe like 2010-ish. It's creepy. They're really, really great not only paintings, but concepts. It's really cool. So essentially what he did is he drew hell through his eyes. It's super cool. I thought it kind of fit with some of the more creepy videos that I had done recently. Guys, a lot of text. All right, let's get to the art. Let's go. Come on, guys. But yeah, you're going to love this. For people that like horror, these are really, really kick-ass pieces. I'm trying to figure out the best way to show this stuff. All right, we'll zoom in, or I'll What's great about this work is a bunch of things, and we'll kind of go over it sort of as each piece rolls out. The ideas are fantastic. His layouts are great. He does some really, really beautiful, like, three-dimensional techniques. And the attention to detail in this stuff is absolutely fantastic. He's really good with lighting, and so he does these really, really interesting optical illusions with like light and shade and hard edges and soft edges. It's really, really badass. And this stuff is pretty unique looking. Like if you're familiar with Beksinski's work, then you can kind of see like a little bit of that. But past that, I mean, maybe some J.M. Turner, the fine art painter, or I don't know what you would call him. Pretty interesting artist from back in the day, way back. He's great though, but very, very kind of apocalyptic looking, like landscapes and stuff like that. I think it's John Michael Turner. He's great. Yeah, these runes that he has floating around are really, really cool. He's not scared to draw like a lot of detail. So hang in there because these get better and better. Hopefully they're reading well on the phone. So this is a forced procession of demons and souls marches to the sodden beat of an improbably huge blackened heart suspended from the arch of the war gate. Creepy! Look at this. What in the world? You imagine, like, there's a few video games that have definitely used some Barlowe'isms in them. Say maybe Silent Hill, a little bit of the later Doom stuff. I mean, Doom already kind of was rolling that route anyway. Oh man, this is such a sick piece. But yeah, go snap that one up off eBay if it's a buy it now. I'm telling you, I don't know who the hell's selling this book for $999, but the other ones were I think $125 and $175. But look around, snatch it up, tip the bottle in, tip the cup, whatever it is. All right, the lighting on the eyes. This one in particular is really cool. Look at that. It's so nice. Could be an album cover. Man, that is sick. Traditional too, man. This guy is a stud. He ain't got no Command Z. It's all or none. And that is a really really intense part about doing traditional work. You get 40, 50, 60, 90, 100 hours into a really really complex piece, and you do feel like you're on a tightrope in the middle of kind of nowhere, and you really want to land the jump and not screw things up in that last little section. The wind catches you right, knocks you off the rope. You're screwed. With oil paint, sometimes you can wipe it out. Not sometimes. I mean, you can, but you can also deconstruct a piece that was working, by making wrong choices. Where definitely digital, it's more forgiving. These bones, it's the colors are a little more lush in person than they are on my camera viewfinder right now. But like, it's crazy how he does like he builds his stuff up where it looks almost like petrified musculature and sort of veins and arteries, and then the bone and stuff like that. It's a really really clever use of that. And this stuff, I'm telling you, these little runes that float around things are so three-dimensional when you look at them in the book. It's really really wild. I mean, that was the one thing that I was like, man, learn that. That's really really sick. It's a really cool technique that I like. So if you ever see that in my work, that's a Barlowe'ism. Although it probably came from somewhere else. Maybe Bosch. These aren't as poppin'. It's the ones that are floating around the characters that are pretty weird. Again, that kind of petrified, cracking, like wood, rock effect. That's really cool too, that little sort of circle there. Oh, this is like some creepy monster. I'm looking through my camera more than looking at the book. And the text is really fun to read on it too. I mean, it's actually a pretty well written book with some fun kind of story along with it. So it's like you can kind of get into the whole world of it, which is neat. In a weird way, I would say that this definitely influenced my black drawings, because I saw this before I started my black drawings, and I think that for sure the idea of Giger was the initial sort of catalyst for him. That's where it came from. But I like the idea of going into sort of an apocalyptic world and then having to kind of traverse it. And so like my black drawings in particular, I always wanted to kind of show it through your eyes. Like you were there, you were seeing the scenes unfold. As opposed to like character driven. Like if you think about comic book illustration, it's like the goal is kind of to show characters, and it's like, hey, it's this character looking at the camera, it's this character acting in front of the camera. I wanted you to be the character, and then you were witnessing things around you. So it's possible that some of these landscapes kind of made me think that way. This is great. It's got like a tiny bit of a Corbin feel. It's probably more coincidental, but the face in particular reminds me a little bit of like some of the Corbin stuff. And look, it's totally possible that Barlow was a fan of Corbin as a teenager or something like that. I'm assuming that he's younger than Corbin. I could be wrong, but that'd be my guess. This is some wild stuff. This won't be for everyone. Oh, and just to throw this in, I was originally going to do a G.I. Joe, like a run of G.I. Joe comics, because I have them here, although I've never looked at them. I've never ever read a single G.I. Joe comic, and in fact I've never even looked at them. But there was some suggestions for doing G.I. Joe, and I had bought a collection off of a guy maybe a year or two ago, and it was his dad's comics, but he wanted to get rid of them. His dad is in prison. Won't be out for a while. He doesn't need his comics, but the family does. So anyway, but he had G.I. Joe books in there, and I couldn't get them out easily. Like they're under books and boxes and stuff like that, and I was like, fuck it. Because I wasn't 100% sure. I guess there's a silent issue of G.I. Joe. But anyway, I will do that at some point. This is really cool. These rocks kind of remind me of Houses of the Holy. There's a pretty famous area. I think it's in Scotland or Ireland, maybe. That there's these really interesting sort of rock formations at the like on the water, and they're kind of famous. Really beautiful lighting. I'm telling you, like his colors are great. I mean, I know that we're so used to seeing digital art now that like you can color sample and do all this stuff to really get like stuff like this to pop. But the fact that he did this traditionally is really really impressive. This guy's little skis or whatever, crazy. I love the color. Go some of those dark colors. I mean, look at how hot that looks. He did a really really nice job on that. And this too, like the way that it's cracking. The chunks of like if you've ever seen lumber burn and it gets those like hot spots and then where it's cooling. I'm gonna let my cat out. Let me pause this real quick. Okay, I'm back. This little background caught my eye when I was like, he's got this. I'm trying to get like good lighting. It goes real dark back here and just is beautiful, and then he's got these really like hot spots that pop up. I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna try to turn off my overhead light real quick. Let me see something. Yeah, shiny paper is the fucking bane of my existence on these videos. It's like so hard to shoot them without this huge glare. All I have now is just the my window kind of open, but I had to turn off all the other overhead lights because it was creating like spotlight things. This is nice too. This like effect where it like kind of swirls and is going around the things. He could have even done a little bit of dark right here. Would have looked cool. But man, that's sick. Oh yeah. This is good. You can see when he starts doing this sort of like chipped, like this stuff in the middle looks Beksinski-ish, like the layers on the cloak right here. Again, it's got that wood grain feel. It's that texture that he puts on it that really gives it this organic, old, ancient kind of, I don't know if I would call it putrefied because it's a little too clean for that, but and this stuff is really cool. The guy is good, man. He's really, really good. So, do any of you have this book? I'd be curious how many people actually have it. And if you haven't watched the Beksinski video and you like this, for sure check that one out. It was I think last Sunday, maybe if not the week before, but you'll see it. But I was thinking about almost doing a Muka book too. I don't know if I've ever done Muka on the channel, but I have a bunch of Muka books, and I was like, oh, Muka would be kind of cool. It always concerns me when I ask artists if they know who Muka is, and some people don't. This is kind of Francis Baconish. There's also another artist that does fruit sculptures that are kind of like this. It's sort of creepy. But yeah, Muka is great, and if you go beyond like his ad stuff, like things like the Slav Epic and La Pater, they're really really amazing. Oh, this is so creepy. I have this jacket. The knife is cool. So this was 1998. It was definitely after like the Hellraiser movies had come out. Souls. Okay, this will be good. Oh yeah, these guys are so crazy. These black balls that he puts in his stuff are really cool too. Like see how that's like inset like in his side. Bosch uses that in his work, and it's a pretty cool effect. And yeah, actually, it's funny because that's the big thing with a lot of like 3D art right now. Like some of the I can't think of what the movement is called, but yeah, they're really into like lighting orbs. It's cool. It will burn itself out pretty fast though, but it's like definitely something that people are into. You'll just see like landscapes with like spheres and orbs. They put different materials on them and like light them. It's cool. I ain't mad at it. I actually subscribed or followed like a ton of different concept artists last night. A little random. I can weed them out as I start to see the art, but it filled my feed full of all kinds of new art, which was exciting to see on Instagram because I was kind of getting burnt out on just comic art, and I needed to see something more. Again, I'm a huge concept art fan, so I'm always down for looking at video game art in particular and things that lead to it. This is cool. And I should have over the next like 6 to 7 weeks quite a bit of Blaster Kid art coming. I'm getting ready for Comic Con, and I want to have some pieces done for the show. And my schedule is finally like locking in. I've got 3 books that I'm kind of going to be working on simultaneously as like my day work. So possibly a Deceased book for DC, like one of the zombie books, Batman, and then Iron Maiden. So I'm pretty stacked right now. And then Blaster Kid is the bookends of my day. I start my day with it and I end my day with it. This is really cool. This is really nice, actually. So amazing that you can do this with paint. Paint and light. This guy is really sick. Man, I wish... Hopefully, I don't know, try to slide this book up a little bit. Man, wherever I go. See, and the problem is the red curtains then create like sort of a ambient light. This is beautiful. And then how it comes into here. That looks really sick. And then this. Let me see something else. And you may be able to find like a PDF copy. Oh, these are some of the pencil sketches. These are cool. I think I'm going to turn on light for these. Nope. Shiny paper, you are a bitch. Man, to paint over drawings like that is so crazy. It would be so messy, I would think. I don't know. I'm always impressed by that because, like, for me, if I was gonna do a painting, I would probably just block it in with paint. I don't. The pencil drawing would just mess me up, or any kind of drawing underneath would more screw me up than help me. That's why I don't like working over sketches. Honestly, it's easier for me to just flesh something out and just keep trying things. Or I mean, obviously you can do it digitally now, but yeah, I don't know. The more stuff that's down, I don't like the decision making. I like to just sort of hopefully get it pretty dialed in as fast as possible. I used to do that super scribbly build up, and it's just like too much. Oh, I'm getting texts. And here's those orbs things again. But yeah, you might want to check out Bosch, Bosch. Definitely the Beksinski stuff, which is Beksinski, if I'm spelling in my mind right, and also Giger, and the J. Michael Turner, fine artist. You'll see what I mean when you see some of his paintings. Winslow Homer is not bad either. If you've ever checked out Homer's stuff, like he's kind of known for. Is Whistler? Whistler is good too. He's so famous for the painting of his mom, but that guy's a badass. So anyway, hopefully that was fun. I've got to get to work, so I'm going to cut this at 20 minutes, which is perfect. That's kind of what I was hoping to shoot for. But yeah, highly recommend this book, and it looks way better in person than it does, at least in my viewfinder. Yeah, Wayne Barlowe is great, and this was fun to revisit. All right, have a great day. Smash the like, and I will talk to you all later as you see my reflection in the camera. All right, bye.